to live without your love. It's like I've been waiting around for you. Why did you take so long to come to me? Maybe you were waiting round for me too. So I feel you're some kind of wonderful, some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show you right now. Take a look at me now. I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine. I'm wide awake and the step that I take is to celebrate what my heart has discovered. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine.
While you're busy doubting yourself, someone else is admiring your strength. You're stronger than you think you are. You just got to get out there and try. And I'm going to help you try. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. Great place to do your yoga because you're doing it on your schedule. You're doing it your way. You're not intimidated. It's a no intimidation zone and there's no judgment. Most importantly, don't judge yourself. Do what you can. Do what's right for your body, as the bottom of our screen says. If it feels good, yes. If it doesn't, don't do it. You know what you need. You know what feels right. Pain is not good. Don't be in pain. This is a 1 hour long yoga practice. It's live start to finish. We practice every single day on Facebook and YouTube. Join us. It's live. It's like a real class. It's a lot of fun. And every day is different. Every day is different and every day is fun. And I've designed all the classes to work together to make you stronger, more flexible, and more mobile. And we're focusing on the flexibility and the mobility today. But don't hurt. Let's get started. Come on up to standing. All right, you're going to need a few things. Your blocks, yoga blocks, if you have them. Water, an eye shade, a towel, and a strap. If you don't have a strap, improvise. That's what it's all about, right? Grab a towel, grab a belt to your robe, whatever. Just do what you can today and then add to your yoga tool chest the props you want to use to make it work for you. One of the things we always do is lock in a stress number. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Lock in a stress number. Remember what that number is and we'll come back to it in the end to just let you know how much better you feel after doing your yoga, after moving a little bit. All right, first thing, 5-pointed star. All right, so think pentacle pose when we do that lying down. Spread your arms wide. Press the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Widen your stance. Widen your stance good and wide so you look like a big letter X, so you look like a star. That feels better. You are all stars, right? Take a big breath in through your nose and a big breath out through your mouth to soften. Think of the word. The word to think about today is expand, and that's what you're doing. To expand, there we go. There's our word. To expand means to stretch, to spread out. To develop, to grow. Think of expansion in your body today, in your body and in your mind. Grow. Be fulfilled as you expand. Press the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Maybe close your eyes. A little bit of balance. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Stretch. Even stretch between your fingers. Breathe here. Start to lift up onto the balls of your feet. All right. Big letter X. Maybe you don't like the arms lifted. Maybe they're getting tired already. That's all right. Have a chair nearby or bring your hands to your hips. We know this one. This is that pose we do most days called our confidence pose. Chest is open and expanded, right, as is your heart. And you're breathing, you're lifting up, you're finding strength in your foundation. That's where it's at, right? Your foundation. I'm going to go back to that big 5-pointed star because I feel just vibrant today. Feel like a star, right? Breathe in and out, and I hope you do too. Whether you're in the confidence stance, whether that involves holding on to a chair, totally good. What you're doing in this pose is you're opening up. Open up to possibilities so you can shine like the stars in the sky, right? Breathe, lifting and lowering. Oh, feeling it in the calves, waking up the ankles. Breathe. Put a smile on your face too. Radiate goodness. Let's finish. I'm gonna bring my hands to my hips, lift the toes up off of the ground and give them a wiggle. Chest is nice and open, elbows squeeze to the back of the room. Breathe. All right, don't you feel kind of alive? Even more alive than when you started. All right, bring your legs together a little bit more underneath the knees. Hinge forward. Let your arms hang heavy. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine. Breathe out, belly button to your spine. Inhale, rise on up, stack your vertebra one at a time. Take your hands behind your low back. Push your belly forward, squeeze your elbows together, take a little back bend, look up to the sky. Think of the chest expanding upward. When you're ready, come back to a neutral position along with your strap. So take your strap and let's do some side bends. Hold your strap or your, jump rope or whatever. Just bend to the side, come on back up. Bend to the other side. Hold on to that strap. So your arms are almost like in a letter Y shape. And then stretch and stretch. Think of expansion in between the lungs. Hello and to my friends, Tyrone, Stan, Lori, Scott, Tammy, Esther, Marietta, Kelly, Lynn, Liz, Ben, Roger, Rena. Happy birthday to Rena. Breathe. Oh, how does it feel? Just stretch it out. Take your time. No rush, no hurry. This time on your mat is yours. All right, nice little side bends here with this strap. Let's come back up to the midline of the body. Pull on the strap, lift the chest up. Just hold it here for a second, maybe eyes closed. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, widen that Y shape in the arms. So hold on to the strap, but widen it even more. Let's get into the shoulders. Move the strap to the back a little bit, to the front, back, front. Feel the mobility in the shoulders. How does it feel? If you're not liking it so much, maybe you put a little bend in your elbows and do the same thing. Maybe you take the stretch even farther, bringing the arms farther to the back wall. Maybe bring them on down towards your hips. Bring it on back up and bring it on down towards your belly button. So you know what's right for you. And if you don't have the strap, just move your arms in this position. The strap gives you a little bit of resistance, and that feels good. Move your shoulders however works for you. No strap at all. Open the arms, send them back. Find that good feeling in the shoulders. And when you're ready, let's finish up. Place the strap down. We're going to use the strap a lot today. Do your big arm, big coat swing. Arms are down by your sides. Start to sway from side to side. Let the arms loosen up as you look over one shoulder, then the other. Twist here in the waist. And breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, arms are nice and loose now. Let's go back to the shoulders with the strap. Bending over is good for you. Enjoy the movement. All right, hold on to the strap, not so wide. And then do your cow face pose. So you're going to bend one elbow, hold on to the strap, reach the other arm around to the other side, and reach to grab the strap and work your hands closer to each other. Start to floss your shoulders by moving the strap a little bit up and down. Maybe your hands touch, mine don't. Maybe yours do. It's all good. Floss the shoulders. Let the hands come closer if they can. No big deal if they can't. All right, I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to bring the strap into the other hand. I'm going to bend the opposite elbow, bring it up by the ear, reach the other hand around, and reach around and capture the strap. And I'll show you on this side, this is a lot further apart for me. That's just the way it is. But it feels good in the shoulders. And biggest thing, I'm trying. And you're trying. May not be perfect. Nobody's yoga is ever perfect. We call it a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Every day is different, but you got to try. You got to move what you got, right? All right, so that's it with our flossing of the shoulders. Remove the strap. Let your arms hang down by your sides. Give them a wiggle. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Move your shoulders. You did it. You did it. You did great. All right, bring your feet about hip width distance apart and fold forward for a ragdoll. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Little bend in your knees. Feels really good. It changes how it feels in the low back. I kind of like to bend the knees. Send the gaze back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. Let your elbows hang heavy toward the earth, as is the crown of your head. Start to sway gently from side to side, bringing one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. Feel what you feel in your low back here. Kind of a little gentle twist, a little bit of expansion. Breathe in, breathe out. Let this feel wonderful. A lot of times we use this as a homework assignment. Stand up throughout the course of your day and do your ragdoll pose. Your low back will thank you. All right, let's finish up here in the ragdoll. Bring your hands back to the midline of your body. Eyes can be opened or closed. If they're closed, you know you're challenging your balance a little bit more. Maybe that's what you need today. Or maybe you need to release your fingertips to the earth. Lift your toes up off of the mat and give them a wiggle in whichever combination of this that you like. Slowly bring the feet back down to your mat. Release your fingertips to the mat. Come on down. Let's do child's pose. All right, so we loosened up the body. That's the purpose of our little warm-up. Now let's get out of our heads with child's pose. All right, block to the mat if you like. Knees together, big toes touching, hips back to the heels if you like. A block can be placed under your forehead. Arms can be down by your sides. Palms face up, shoulders away from ears. Nice, tight, little concise ball here in your classic child's pose variation as you find length in your spine. The other option is to spread the legs wide, big toes are still touching, and hips go back toward the heels. You can use the block again underneath your forehead, or you can have no block at all. You can move the block up to the top of your mat, which is what I'm going to do today. We've done a lot with the shoulders in that warm-up, so maybe you can take the expansion in the shoulders even further by placing your hands, extended arms, onto the block. Rest your forehead on the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. If your knees are spread wide, you've got room for your belly in between your thighs. Spine is lengthening in both positions. Nice stretch in the quadriceps, waking the legs up, the knees up, and even waking up the ankles. It's all about waking up, isn't it? It's all about awareness. It's all about movement. And it's all about expanding. Think about the opposite of expansion. It's collapsing. It's withering. Expand, grow. That's what you want to do. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth as the tailbone goes back towards your heels. And then close your lips if you like. Try to do that Ujjayi pranayama breathing by closing the lips and breathing in and out through the nose. Hear the sound of the depth of your breath through the nose and out through the nose. Really take full breaths. Whether you breathe in and out of your mouth or not, it's up to you. Just try to refine, try to make little changes in everything you do for the better. Into the nose, out to the nose, full deep breaths. Spine is lengthening. No thoughts, just movement on your mat for just this little bit of time. Don't sweat it. No thoughts. What the past is the past. The future hasn't happened. Be in the present moment. And what does your mat feel like under your feet? Be aware of that. What does the air feel like around your body? What's the temperature? That's being in the present moment. All right, as you're ready, let's come out of our child's pose. And if your child's pose is feeling good, no problem, stay in it. It's your choice, right? All right, neutral tabletop, cat-cow, we're gonna do that. Shoulders over wrists, knees under your hips. Think of your spine as long. Think of your crown of your head going to the front of the room and the tailbone going to the back. Push hard into the earth and just feel like a really strong, solid, straight tabletop here. For your cat-cow pose, you're gonna marry your breath to the pose. As you exhale the air out of your lungs, tuck your chin to your chest and tuck your tailbone under. Push hard into the mat. Inhale, cow pose, just the opposite. Crown of the head and tailbone lift. Push even the tops of your feet into your mat. Fingers are spread wide. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Feel the goodness in your spine. So your spine is curving like the letter C, and then a C in the opposite direction. Really feel it in the tailbone. Really feel it in the neck. Really pull your navel toward your belly button when you're doing your cat. All right, come to a neutral tabletop. Let's do cat pulling its tail. So you're going to lift your right leg up, up, up. Bring the knee to about hip height or even higher. Draw your right heel toward your bottom. Push into the earth. Maybe this is right where you stay. That's A-okay. To pull your tail, push into the earth. Take your left hand, the opposite hand of the leg that's lifted. Reach around and grab the foot. Kick the foot into the hand. Feel the, here's our word, expansion in your chest. Turn your gaze to the left. And I'm going to say hi to Betty and Pam. How are you guys? Good to see you. Breathe, stretch, open up, feel the expansion in the collarbone. Breathe, look over your shoulder if you can, if you want, it's up to you. And then place the foot down and the hand down. Got another side, let's do it. Left leg lifts, right here is fine, take it in layers. This layer is more than this layer. Being on your mat is more than the layer of being on your sofa, so good for you. Remember, somebody somewhere is admiring you for your strength, for your presence, for what you're trying. Draw the heel toward your bottom. Take the right hand, reach it around, capture the foot if you can. Kick into the hand. Look to the right corner of your mat. Look to the right side of your room. Look over your right shoulder. Kick hard, breathe, expand through the right collarbone. And when you're ready, kick a little harder and then finish. Foot comes down, hand comes down. There's your cat pulling its tail. Let's do bird dog, a balancing pose and an expansion of your spine. Okay, remember how we lifted the right leg? Do it again. Right leg lifts, but this time knee to about hip height. Then the leg extends long. Think of expansion in your hips. Draw your right toes toward your right shin as your heel reaches toward the back wall. Keep your right hip down so both hips are equidistant to the mat. Reach your left arm long now. Stretch it out. Now you know you got your blocks. You could place your blocks at the top of your mat and hold on to those. Figure out how to make it work for you. Maybe today it's just the leg that's extended. Maybe today it's just the arm that's reaching. Lots of varieties of bird dogs out there. Make it work. Push into the earth. Reach and stretch and expand. Think of your spine lengthening. Think of the neck lengthening. One straight line from your tailbone all the way to your skull. Hold it. Push the earth away. Hand down, knee down. Other opportunity to excel on the other side. Left leg lifts. Left leg extends. Push into the earth. Dial the left hip down. Breathe in, breathe out. Take what works for you. You know, how's your knee feeling here? You could put a towel under the knee if you like. Push the earth away. Reach and think expansion. Think lengthening. Lengthen. Reach. Lengthen some more. Draw your toes more to your shin. Feel that strength up your back left leg. Stretch. Reach. You're strong. No holding you back. The only thing holding you back is your thoughts. Come on now. Let's finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Let's do a toes pose on the block. Today, we'll do it a little differently than we typically do. Draw your toes towards your shins. Have a seat on the block. A lot of times we go from a toes pose to an ankle flow. We'll do the ankles too, but we're just going to stay in this toes pose for a little bit on the block. All right, let's work our arms too. Okay, you don't have to. You can place your hands on your thighs, totally fine, because what we're going for here is the stretch in the bottom of the feet. If it hurts, come out of it. If it's just uncomfortable, which it is, for me at least, just hang out here. Come on now, breathe through it. You've done a lot of hard things in your life. You got to break through those barriers, right? All right, like I said, hands can be on your thighs. You can take your hands to prayer center and breathe here. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Settle into the shoulders, into softness, into the feet. You can repeat a little mantra to yourself, saying, I am strong. I am flexible. I am mobile. I am here. I am capable. I am able. I am changing. I am expanding. I am growing. Whatever works. You can bring your hands behind your low back. Reach for opposite elbows, kind of like we did in Ragdoll. Soften in the shoulders. Expand through the shoulders. Close your eyes and breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Here's another arm variation if you want. Like reaching forward like when we serve a tray, like when we do that on Fridays. Take your left hand, capture all 4 of your right fingers and pull your fingers back towards your elbow. Then pull just your thumb back towards your elbow. Take a moment pulling each individual finger, pinky finger back, ring finger back. Just pull each finger back slowly. Take it to what feels right. And then finish and switch to the other arm. I'm gonna take my left arm, palm up, pull all 4 fingers back. Pull just the thumb back. Now pull each individual finger back, starting with the pinky. How far can you go? How far do you want to go? Pull each finger back. Finish up with the thumb. Take your hands, palms touch. Clasp the fingers and do a sideways number 8, kind of an infinity sign. Circle the ankles, or circle the wrists out here. Your mind's off your ankles, right? Breathe. Awesome job. Long toes pose. You did it. Let's shake out our hands. Let's remove the block from behind our feet. Come to a neutral tabletop. Lift your toes up. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling that. Tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Lift your feet up. Circle your ankles this way and that. Find the mobility there. Place the tops of your feet onto your mat. Take your 2 yoga blocks. Push into the blocks and come on up to the tops of your feet. So you're resting on the tops of your feet here. Resting? I don't know if that's the right word. You're balancing on the tops of your feet. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Find mobility in your ankles here. With the blocks as support or no blocks at all. Hands can be at prayer center. Hands can be down on your mat. A million different ways to do it. You're doing your yoga. You're getting more flexible, you're getting more mobile, you're getting stronger, and you're doing it your way. That's totally perfect. All right, let's finish here. Come out of your ankle pose. Maybe you might want to do the neutral tabletop thing again and circle the ankles around, wiggle the toes, tap them out. And then let's finish. All right, the pose everybody likes. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody likes it because everybody can do it. It's plank pose, and you can do it because you can do it a lot of different ways. Remember, here's one way to do it. You can come down to your back, press your blocks up to the sky, tuck your shoulders under, so I can balance these blocks. Imagine, like you're 180 degrees out. Push into the blocks, and imagine you're in a plank pose. It's a beginning. It's a start. You're here. That's the biggest start. There's one variation of plank. Here's another. Knees can be spread, hips, however you like. Walk your hands more forward, hinge forward, kind of like a tabletop, but just kind of wider legs. Press into your hands. Weight is more into your hands. Fingers spread wide. Hold it here. Maybe send your legs long. Come down to your forearms. Elbows under shoulders, hands spread wide. You can stay on your knees and hold your plank. You want to feel like, gripping in your belly. You could draw your toes under. You could send your legs long. You can hold it here in a dolphin plank. I'm going to come to a high plank and I'm going to take some shoulder taps with it. All right, we're going to set a 1-minute timer. It'll be on the screen. You can time yourself if you want, if you like to measure and see improvement, which you will see if you come back every day. Or don't look at the timer at all. Take it at your pace. All right, for a high plank. Shoulders are over your wrists, legs go long onto your mat. Let's set a timer now. All right, 1 minute in your high plank. All right, so in a high plank, you're up on the balls of your feet, legs are hip width distance apart. Hands, arms are shoulder width distance apart. Lengthen through your spine and hold on here. Take breaks as you need them by coming down to the knees or sending your hips high. Guess what? We're already 20 seconds in. See, you got it. I'm gonna do shoulder taps. I'm gonna have my right hand touch my left shoulder, left hand touch my right shoulder, and back and forth. You know, you can do a few, take a break and hold on, and do a few more, or just keep at it. Guess what? We're more than halfway there. You've got it. We got 20 seconds to go. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So, you're building strength in your body. Everything is engaged. I'm gonna hold this plank for the last 5 seconds, pushing the earth away. You've got it. Stay strong. And when you're ready, finish up. Come down to your knees. You did it. You did a variation of plank however you liked, whether it's on the back, pushing the blocks away, or taking the knee variation. Grab a drink. All right. So, everything's engaged in plank. Everything's held tightly. Compression, right? Then comes the expansion. You gotta have both. You gotta test that full range of motion. You gotta try for the strength, and you did. Good job. Come down to your back. All right. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, bicycle, and boat with a strap. So bring your strap by your hips. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide, as best you can. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up, and then come on back down. Work on taking it slowly to coming down. You know, when you first start, it might be like, whew, I'm just lucky to be down here. But as you continue to practice, continue to do your plank, continue to strengthen your core, you can take it slowly. Take your time. You are in control. You're in control of more than you think. Come on down all the way to your mat with control. Once you're down, heels up closer to your groin, knees open wide. Maybe you just stay right here. All right, I'm gonna take my hands, bend my elbows, fingers lightly to the temples. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Breathing perhaps into the nose and maybe out through the mouth to let some heat go. You decide. When you're ready on an exhale, let your chin go up to the sky. What does that do? That's keeping your neck nice and straight. Bring your elbows back toward the earth. As you exhale, come on down. No, as you inhale, come down. That's it. Exhale up, inhale down. So knees are open wide and so are your elbows. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Breathe. Let's take it to bicycle. Bring the shoulders on down and let's explore our variations. Feet can come down to the mat, knees apart, knees are at hip distance. You can peel your shoulders up and work opposite elbow toward opposite knee. That's fine, keeping your back down. Don't sweat it, no big deal. Maybe shoulders come down and your knees, your feet lift. Knees are now over your hips and your shins are parallel to the earth. You can ride a recumbent bike. Draw your toes towards your shins. Ride your bike through your heels. Yay, have fun here. Maybe you combine the two, pedaling through the legs, lifting the shoulders up and working opposite elbows toward opposite knees. And I bet you know what I'm going to say next. Scissor kick if you want. Lift your legs, one leg straight, other leg straight too. One to the sky, one down toward the earth. There's your scissor kick variation. Let's finish. Send your legs long. Take a stick pose as you expand and lengthen through your body. Point your toes to the bottom of the room. Fingers reach to the top. Stick pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let it go. All right, arms come down. Find that strap that's hopefully within grabbing range. Place the strap underneath the centers of your feet. Send your legs high to the sky. Hold them up here, high to the sky. Elbows hugged in. Hold on to that strap good and tight. As you're ready, breathe out. Allow the heels to work toward the earth. With control, take it slowly. Give it a go. Lift on up. Heels come nice and slow toward the earth. Lift on up. Lengthen up through your spine. Elbows hugged in. Hold here in your boat pose. Lean back a little bit and just find your balance here. More is engaged than you think is engaged here, because you got those little micro wiggles going on in your body to allow you to keep your balance. Lift through your chest. Shoulders are back and down. Breathe and hold on. Hold on. You got it. Put a little bend in your knees. And then work your heels all the way down to the earth. Nice and slowly. Hold on. Hold on. Heels come down. Lengthen up through your spine. Walk your hands down both straps and just take a little forward fold here using this strap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. No rush, no hurry. Just see if you can go a teeny bit more. Inhale, your belly's going to push against your thighs and you're going to come up a little bit, but that's okay. That's giving you more length in the spine to allow you to fold more forward. Think of your belly button going back toward your spine. That really helps me when I think that way. It helps me fold more in half. When you're ready, come on up. Remove your strap. You're doing great. I'm really impressed. All right, let's expand our hips a little bit. Remember how we came back nice and slowly? Let's do it again. But this time, put the soles of your feet on your mat. Last time we had them soles of the feet together. Soles of your feet on your mat, hands to prayer center. Repeat your little positive affirmation in your mind. And then roll on back. Come on back nice and slowly. All the way down to your mat. All the way down to your ground. Once you're down here, let's do goddess pose. This one's great, reclined goddess. Now bring your heels up closer to your bottom, soles of your feet touch, knees open wide like we're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. But take your arms, tee them out. Reach your fingertips more to the sides of the room. Now bend your elbows, bringing the forearms parallel to the sides of your mat. Oh, just enjoy this moment. Backs of your hands are on the mat as best you can. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Goddess pose. Everybody deserves to feel like a goddess once in a while, right? A king, a goddess, a prince, a princess. It's all good. You got it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Expansion in the hips. In the shoulders. And in the mind. When you're ready, draw your knees together at the midline of the body. Extend your legs long and come into a pentacle pose. Remember how we started standing in that 5-pointed star pose? Pentacle pose is pretty much the same thing. You're lying on the ground. All 4 limbs are reaching to all 4 corners of your room. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big 5-pointed star, pentacle pose. Just wiggle a little bit too. Don't be so rigid in your body. Just let it be. Expand. This is a nice realigning pose. Everything just comes back to the midline. Let it be. Breathe in. Breathe out. Banana asana. All right, bananas. Think of a banana. Think of the different shapes and curves in a banana. You're going to do the same thing with your body. Bring your legs together at the midline of your body so your inner ankles are touching. Bring your arms up overhead. Maybe a bend in the elbows feels good. Have your palms touch. Cross one thumb over the other and find length as you reach your fingers more to the top of your mat. Big stretch here, like stick pose, right? Now to come into your banana asana, just a gentle curve to the side of the body. We'll start with feeling the curve on the left side. To do that, work your feet, your heels to the right corner of your mat. You can keep your eyes closed on this one. Ooh, when you work your heels to the right corner of the mat, you're starting to feel it from the outside of your left pinky toe all the way up through the waist. Let's add it up. Let's add even more in to the upper body. Fingers, hands, which are reaching to the center of the body, let them work their way to the top right corner of your mat. But here's the trick. Keep your left shoulder down and keep your left hip down. So your body, if someone were to look down on you, don't let anybody look down on you. but you know what I mean. If someone were overhead looking down, they'd look at your body and it's curved like the shape of a banana. Let's intensify it a bit if you want to. The bottom hand, the right hand, take it and capture your left wrist and give it a little bit of a tug. Your left leg, cross at the ankles. Big stretch, lots of the E word, lots of expansion on the left side. Expansion through the ribs, expansion through the armpit, expansion all up that left side of your body. Feels nice, doesn't it? All right, release your hands, palms touch, release the ankle if you crossed it. Work everything back, heels and hands back to the midline. Take a big inhale, stretch it out, even it out. Give us a reset so we can take it to the other side. Exhale, heels walk to the bottom left corner of your mat. Arms reach to the top left corner of your mat. Right hip, right shoulder stays down. Bend in the elbows if you want to. Breathe. Cross the opposite thumb over. This feels awkward. We tend to default to one side or the other. Cross the opposite thumb, whatever the opposite is for you. All right, remember those other little refinements if we want. The arm on the bottom, the left arm, this time is going to capture the right wrist and give it a tug, keeping the right shoulder down. Right leg can lift and cross over the left ankle. Big stretch, big reach, expansion. When you're ready, slowly uncurl, unwind, bring everything back to the midline, stretch. This time, stretch it out in a big good morning stretch, like how we finish a lot. And like the first stretch you do in the morning before you get out of bed. Stretch, point your toes, reach, maybe wiggle the hips, wiggle the shoulders, just move. It's all good. Arms float down by your sides, press on up. Using the hands or no hands at all, come on up and let's do a lunge. All right, turn around, come on up, standing on your knees, grab your two blocks. Bring your blocks by your sides. You're standing on your knees. Bring your right foot forward. Knee over ankle. Left leg goes long on your mat. Remember, towels slipped under the knee, or I mentioned lily pad the other day. Little lily pads you can buy. They're just a squishy little piece of plastic that you'd slip underneath your knee for comfort. All right, right knee over right ankle. You're pressing your hands into these blocks. Feeling the length in your left leg, which is straight, top of the left foot on your mat. Come on up to maybe your fingertips. How does that feel? Come on up, lifting the arms up to the sky. If you'd like, take a baby back bend. Look up to the sky. Reach your fingertips toward the back of the room. Hold on here. Expansion in your left hip. Fingers back up to the sky. Hands to prayer center just for a moment. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right. Something a little different, a little twist here. The block, okay, your right foot is forward, and there's a block on the inside of your right foot. Turn that block to a stable height. Place your right hand onto it. So the right shoulder is going to come inside the right ankle. With your shoulder and your ankle, or not ankle, your shoulder and your knee pressing into each other to be strong, lift your left arm up to the sky. Lift your left arm up to the sky. And you got a strong bond here between this right upper arm and your right inner thigh. They're strong. They're pushing into each other, and you're looking up to your left hand. Breathe. Stay here. Look up. Finish. Hands come down. Straighten the right leg. Walk your hands or use your blocks to walk your hands back and straighten the right leg. Stretch it out. Let's do the other side. Come on back to standing on your knees. Left foot comes forward this time, knee over ankle, blocks by your sides. Right leg scoots long, top of the right foot on the mat. Using your blocks, bring your shoulders up a little higher over your hips maybe. Stay right here. It's totally good. In fact, it's totally great. Perhaps lift the arms, look up, maybe take a baby back bend. Hands back up to the sky, hands back to prayer center. This is your moment. Affirm yourself. All right. I'm going to bring the block inside my left foot. I'm going to have my right arm, my left arm, cross the midline of my body. I'll place my left hand onto that block. I'm going to press the left arm into the left leg and the leg into the arm. So just staying like kind of like one solid, strong support. Lift the right arm up to the sky, twist. Look up to the right hand as best you can. Breathe. Hold on, you're strong. Big twist, big opening in the chest and the right shoulder. But you got that strength in that left leg, left arm. Let's finish. Hand comes back down to the block. Let's surf it out. Left leg goes straight. Walk the hips back toward the heel. We're not going to surf. We're just going to bring it on back. Maybe the left toes go up toward the sky. Maybe you bring your bottom down to your right heel. Breathe in, breathe out. Let it go. Bring your left foot forward. Now we're going to sweep the right leg up to meet the left as we come up to standing, because you can. A lot of times we hold on to things, whether we're sitting down or whatever, before we get up. We hold on to things and we grunt when we get up. Don't make any noises. Try not to hold on to anything. Just be aware of doing that. And when you're ready, think about it. Sweep the right foot forward and come on up to standing. Make no sounds when you stand. All right, how are you doing? How do you feel in your hips? Let's do a balancing pose, tree pose, Vrksasana. Root into the left foot. Lift the right leg up. Bring the sole of the right foot inside the left leg. Place the foot wherever you like. Maybe it's kickstanding, totally fine. Maybe you got a chair here, don't sweat it. Maybe you bring the foot even higher up into the thigh. Just don't put the foot on the inside of the knee. Hands can stay on your hips. Hands can be at prayer center. Arms can expand, big and wide, pressing the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Sway a little bit, look up, breathe, sway your branches, and if you fall out, no big deal, get back in. If you fall out, it means you were trying your best. You were trying to your limits. That's how you grow, right? Try it and see. Get back into the pose. Bring your hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Right foot meets left on the mat. Take it to the other leg. Bring the foot up, open the knee up, slide the foot up to wherever speaks to you today, using that chair if you need to. It's no big deal. Grow a branch or two. You make it work for you wherever you are. That's the ticket. You're your own best teacher. You know what you need. You know how far to take it. Nobody else does. Listen to you. Sway your arms. Look up, do what you can with what you got, and be happy for what you got. All right, finish up. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. That's an important step. Plant the left foot next to the right. All right, another expanding pose. Triangle. All right, here's what you're going to do. Step forward a lot with your right foot. Turn your back foot so it's at a 45 or 90 degree angle, like we do when we do a Warrior Two pose, which we'll do tomorrow. All right, so the right foot shines forward. Find your block. Bring it to its highest height inside your right ankle. Place your hand on the block. Open up your left shoulder so the shoulders are kind of stacked. Maybe put your hand on your hip. Think of opening the torso to the left side of your room. Maybe send the left arm up to the sky. Maybe push into the block. Maybe your fingertips are on it, or maybe you've decided I'm going to keep my hand on my thigh and just go here. I'm going to place my hand on my block. Breathe. It's expansion through the chest, expansion through these left fingers. Maybe lower the block a little bit more. And don't think about, oh, I got to bring my hand flat down onto the ground. What you want to do is find expansion in the hips and lift. You don't want to collapse into the fold. Look up to the left hand. And there you go. Breathe one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's finish. Bring the left hand down to meet the right. Move your block. Come on up to standing. Bring your right foot back to meet the left and switch it out. Other leg comes forward. Right foot plants, 45, 95, whatever degrees feels good. Block is now inside your left foot. Bring your left hand onto that block, maybe at its high height inside your left ankle. Right arm reaches up to the sky, hips are stacked. Right arm lifts, breathe. No need to change this block height. Enjoy this twist and the expansion in your chest, your shoulders, your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. You know what feels good for you. Maybe ditch the block and hold your calf. Maybe lower the block, even lower, but keep that strong, powerful lift going. Breathe in, breathe out. You're awesome. You got it. All right, bring the right arm down to meet the left, nice and slowly. And then bring your right foot to meet your left. Roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. Big capital letter X, big pentacle pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Soften. Hands to prayer center, legs together, fold forward. This time as you fold forward, walk your hands forward, come down to your knees. Let's come down now to our bellies. Send your legs long. Arms down by your sides, airplane pose or locust pose, palms face down. Legs long, however far spread feels right for you. Nose is on your mat. Inhale, lengthen up through your chest and lift on up. Lift your legs on up. Lift the arms on up. Hold it here. Reach through your fingertips back towards your bottom corners of your mat. Lift and hold. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold on. You're strong. Maybe you're a little bit lower. That's fine. Maybe you've decided to bring your arms down and legs lift higher. Maybe you've decided to bring your legs down and lift your arms higher. Different combinations. Just give it a go. Let's finish. Hands underneath your collarbones. Legs come down. Arms straighten, press on up, seal pose. Soften in your glutes, find space in your hips. Come on up to standing on your knees. Once you're standing on your knees, take a gentle camel pose. Bring your hands behind your low back, push your belly forward, squeeze your elbows towards your spine, look up to the sky. Breathe in, chest is lifted, breathe out. In these back bends that we do, look up to the sky. Think of the chest lifting. Think of expansion through the chest more so than compression of the low back. Breathe. And then finish. Come on down to a seated position. In your seated position, let's do three things. Bring your eye shade and your towel up to your shoulders. Grab your strap. Place your blocks up by your shoulders. When you're ready, strap underneath your feet. Lengthen up through the shoulders. Come on back, recline, take it with control. You got the strap to help. Come on up, or come on down, shoulders come down, legs go up. Release your right leg to your mat. With the strap, hold on to the strap, and then let your left leg create an arc over your body. Shift the strap in your hands as you find space in your hips. Work toward the big toe side, toward the earth. Work the pinky toe side, toward the earth. And then we got another leg to do. Just quick today. Other days we take it longer. Other days we take it slower. Other days we explore the depth. Today, it's just about a little bit of motion. Left foot comes down, right leg goes high. Hug that strap. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe just moving it a little left to right across the midline of the body feels great. Maybe take it a little farther. Maybe open up the leg to the right, then open up the leg to the left. When you open it up to the big toe side, you're rolling the hips. When you open it up to the pinky side, both your hips should be down on your mat, or strive for that. I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to finish up in a big chest expanding pose. Got an expansion, right? Got to think about that. I'm going to finish up by doing a final shavasana on my blocks. All right, so bring the legs up into the strap, and with control, this is the fun part, knowing you're in control. Hold the strap, let your heels feel like lead as they come on down to the earth. Peel on up. nice and slowly. Take it slowly. And then plant your heels down. All right, ditch the strap. Find your 2 blocks. So a combination fish final Shavasana. If you don't have the blocks or don't want to do the blocks, we'll come into a final Shavasana. Just do what we're doing here, but just without the blocks. I'm going to place the block, horizontal block at the top of the mat as a pillow for my head. The other block is vertical, and it's going to be between my shoulders. There's a space there for my neck. I'm going to come to recline on my mat. I'm going to adjust the block so it's between my shoulders, not at my mid-back. I'm going to rest my head on the other block. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Block out the world just a little bit longer. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Legs spread, heels toward the bottom of your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're not on the blocks, you're in a classic final Shavasana pose. If you're on the blocks, you're in a combination fish final Shavasana. Adjust so that block feels good between your shoulders. And you might feel like you'd like to have a little tension release on your low back. To do that, you'd bend your knees and have the soles of your feet on your mat. Feels good. You could also come back to opening up and expanding through the hips by placing the soles of the feet together to touch and the knees opening wide. Take the variation in the low body that you like for this pose. Maybe snow angel your arms out a little bit if that feels good in the shoulders. But whether you're in final Shavasana or in this final Shavasana on the blocks, breathe in deeply and breathe out deeply. No tension in the eyebrows or in the ears or in the cheeks. Just imagine being soft and receptive. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Fill up your lungs with good, fresh, clean air, new beginnings. And exhale old ways that are just perhaps ruts, bad habits you're in. Exhale stale air and realize you have the ability, the capability to move forward. Deepen your breaths. All right, so maybe part of getting ready for your yoga is having your remote control close by. If you'd like to stay in your final Shavasana pose here, you could hit the pause button and focus on the sound of your breath as you enjoy your pose for as long as you like. And then when you're ready, hit unpause or resume play to finish your practice. So right now, it's time for me to conclude this hour. I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep sighing breath out, letting it go. Just let it go. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. So I'm going to move back into my legs being long on the mat and just wiggle the fingers and toes, those extremities. Circle the wrists and the ankles. On an inhale, reach high up overhead and take a good morning stretch. Find length in your body, find expansion. And as you're ready, bend your knees, roll off the blocks, or just roll onto one side or the other and come into a fetal position. Bend your low arm, use that bicep as a pillow for your head. Top shoulders relaxed, knees are a little bent too. Eyes are closed. This is a moment. Savor this breath. It'll never come again. Deep breath in. And deep, slow breath out. When when you're ready, if you're ready. I don't know what your little routine is for getting back up, but work your way up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe use your hands or not. Maybe have your eyes open or closed. Just do what feels right. Sit comfortably. Hands to prayer center. Come back to that positive mantra that you've been saying throughout your practice, and come back to that positive saying throughout your day. Remember it. Take a deep breath in, lengthen up, and a deep breath out, soften up. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it! 1 hour of yoga, and I will guarantee that you feel better. How do I know? Go back to that stress number. What was it in the beginning, and what is it now? You just feel a whole lot better. Think about expansion today. Think about growing. And you know, I hope that you take this positively. When I thought about this saying, it was kind of like, I don't know about that. Expansion, life either shrinks or it expands. And it's your choice. It's kind of a scary thought, but don't make it scary. Make it positive. Start expanding your horizons. All right, see you on your mats tomorrow for your yoga. Tell your friends all about us because you're having a good time, right? All right, tomorrow's a different practice. Come check it out. We wish you love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control today. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Here's a challenge for you this week. Get control of that little teeny voice in your head that's saying, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. Think positive thoughts about your yoga practice. You can do it. You're doing it. You've done it. Stick with it. Tell your friends about your yoga. Tell them how good it is for your mind, your body, and your soul. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Tell them that. Tell them to just join in. We need more yoga participants. We need more fun. We need to build our yoga community to make our world a better place. You can visit our website if you'd like to support our broadcast. The website is www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow, and bring a friend or two. See you then.